I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're following somebody that's drawing lines on a chart, you need to stop and listen. All of these guys who are trying to tell you that they know the future price of Bitcoin or any other crypto or, or stock, for instance, they have no idea what they're talking about. I say this as somebody who has an undergraduate in finance, uh, minor in economics, and also a master's degree in finance, and who worked for the largest investment bank in the world, at least at the time. Um, Nobody draws lines on a chart in the real world. Nobody. And there's a reason why. I'm telling you, people who get paid millions of dollars a year, they don't draw lines on a chart for a reason. It's because that's not how any of this works. You don't price financial assets and vehicles based on lines on a chart. Um, None of that, none of these RSIs, MACD crossovers, all this nonsense, backtest it. Backtest it. That's my challenge to you. Go backtest it and tell me if it works. And I guarantee that you will find that it doesn't. And there's a reason for that. Because that's that's not how the market prices the value of assets. It's usually using things like, at least for stocks, it's using like the CAPM model, for instance, the capital asset pricing model. You are trying to find inefficiencies between what you think future value is based on present value. And you do that by scouring the reports, and you look at economic data and how regulations might affect this particular sector, or what's going on in the economy and how that affects it, and so on and so forth, or competitor analysis and so on. But all of those trades are made, and I'm not talking about your average stock jock who just puts somebody in a Vanguard mutual fund and an index fund and lets it ride. I'm talking about real trading. Those are all done. It's HFT, high frequency trading. It is all done based on algorithms that are proprietary, that are written by people who have degrees from like the absolute S-tier universities, who all came from, pretty much from top schools. They're not hiring people who draw lines on a chart for a reason, because those people don't know what they're talking about. They would lose the firm like money consistently. Anyway, I can go on, and I hate to sound negative, but I also hate to see people taken advantage of. And I'm not saying that some of these people may not actually believe what they're saying, and they're hoping that, because it's a coin flip, right? Oh, it's going to go up. Oh, if it hits this level, it's going to continue to go down. But nobody knows. Nobody knows. We could have think about a parallel universe where some of the tariff information didn't come out. And in that universe, we had very different news. Then you would get a completely different reaction in the markets. Markets are reacting right now, pretty much, at least in crypto, to regulatory and large-scale macroeconomic news. Sometimes you'll get some things like the new XRP ETF that's been approved, that's coming out, and that might give a bump. But firms aren't trying to like locate pockets of money to wipe people out. I mean, this is all absolute nonsense. And I would say the top 5 people in the crypto trading um, uh, like sector cabal, whatever you want to call it, here and on other apps, uh, have all been spouting this nonsense. And I'm here to tell you that they're all full of it. And I think anybody who has ever studied finance, or at least opened a book or has ever been on Wall Street, or has a friend who works at a firm, will tell you the same thing. Nobody is drawing lines on charts. Nobody is able to predict future values based on what happens on a chart. And if you've been led to believe that, then I'm sorry. And I want to disabuse you of any assumptions that you may have based on that kind of information. But I just beg you to think twice before you follow people like that. Anyway, thanks for listening to my TED Talk and my rant. I hope you all have a great day.